there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby and today I'm going to be doing an author spotlight on C.J. Tudor. So C.J. Tudor came out with two books, one last year and one this year, and I've read them both and I thought I would just do a video explaining the two books and my thoughts on them. I really loved one and I thought the other one was mediocre, so I'll just give you guys my thoughts. I will also link them down below. Let me know if you guys have read these books and let's get right into it. So the first book that C.J. Tudor published was The Chalk Man, and this came out I believe in 2018, and I absolutely loved this book. So it does center around a group of friends who are, I believe, 12 years old back in 1986, and the main guy that it follows is Eddie, and he has a group of about 5 kids. And it is summertime, they're riding their bikes, writing secret messages to each other in chalk, and just getting in overall trouble. Well, at the end of the summer, they discover a dead body with chalk drawings around it, and the police think they found who did it. They believe that person then committed suicide, and you know, years later, they all moved on with their life, but they were all pretty scarred by what they saw. Well, now it is 2016, 30 years later after they found that body, and they're starting to get notes sent to them. So Eddie and a couple of the other people from their friend group are getting these messages that lead them to believe that the person who killed that woman is not dead. That person is very much alive and it was not who the police thought it was. So you're jumping back and forth between 1986 and 2016, and it's set in this small town where everyone knows everyone's business. And this was a really creepy book. I just remember thinking that I was thoroughly creeped out. C.J. Tudor does a great job with atmosphere and overall foreboding, and I really enjoyed that, and I was really excited to see what C.J. Tudor had next after this, because this for me was a 5-star. And then after that, this year, I believe it came out in January, is The Hiding Place. I didn't get this that long ago. I waited till I could get it used. And this is kind of similar in a way where it follows past and present in a small town. The main character is also a man who has some issues. To me, the two men seemed kind of similar. So this follows a main character named Joe Thorne. He just returns to his hometown of, I think it's called Arnville. And he's been away for a long time, I think 25 years about. And 25 years ago, his sister went missing, came back, and something bad happened. And now it's 25 years later, he is back in town. He's taken a teaching position at the local school. And it just so happens he has just taken the position of someone who's died. So the person who died, her name is Julia, and her son were found dead in their home. And it appears that she killed her son and then killed herself. And also, Joe decided to rent the cottage that they were found dead in. So everyone is not welcoming him back. They're wondering why he wants her teaching position, why he wants to live in their house. And he's really looking into their deaths and how it could relate to what happened 25 years ago. And people are really out for him and want to hurt him. And it is kind of that story and seeing how the two storylines intersect. And although I did enjoy it, I found that it was definitely not as enjoyable as The Chalk Man. I thought it was almost like a redo of it. Like, a lot of things were similar. Like I said, the main character was pretty similar. The small town was, but it did have the same sense of creepiness and foreboding and a really good writing of a small town. But I was a little disappointed that I didn't think it was as unique as the first one. I don't think that C.J. Tudor put as much, you know, uniqueness into it. I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite, and I've heard some mixed things about this one because The Chalk Man was such a hit. And this one I ended up getting 3.5 stars just because it wasn't my favorite. I just much preferred The Chalk Man. So if you only want to read one of C.J. Tudor's books, I would definitely recommend The Chalk Man. This one just had me on the edge of my seat the whole time, and to me it felt new. But then when I read The Hiding Place, I felt that it was already done before with The Chalk Man. And I did find it interesting. There were some twists and turns, and that's why I gave it like 3.5 stars, because I did enjoy the story. It's just comparatively, The Chalk Man was a 5-star read and this was a 3.5-star read. But I would definitely want to read more by C.J. Tudor and see if C.J. Tudor is just a one-trick pony or if she has the ability to write more nuanced things. So I really look forward to seeing what else CJ Tudor has in store. I'm assuming that she'll probably publish something in the next year or two. I enjoy this story and I thought it was really good. If you do want to read both of CJ Tudor's works, I would say read this one first. That way you're reading the worst one first and then you're thoroughly impressed by the Chalk Man. But that's just personal opinion. I would love to hear what you guys think about CJ Tudor in general, if you've read either of the books or both of them. I will link all of them down below, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.